World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Good day, I am Sampang with today's World News in 5. Rescue teams in Venezuela racing to find survivors after two powerful earthquakes struck near the capital Caracas, leaving widespread destruction. Officials say at least 188 people have been killed, more than 1,500 injured, and hundreds remained trapped beneath collapsed buildings. Nearly 3,000 families have also been displaced. The strongest quake, measuring magnitude 7.5, was the country's most powerful in more than a century. Authorities have launched large-scale rescue operations as international aid begins arriving to support relief efforts in the devastated areas. In other news, the United Nations International Maritime Organization, or IMO, has temporarily suspended its ship's escort operation through the Strait of Hormuz after a cargo vessel reported an attack near Oman. News agency Reuters, citing two U.S. officials, reported that Iran was responsible, while Tehran insisted that only ships using its approved routes would be guaranteed safe passage. The incident has renewed concerns over the fragile U.S.-Iran interim agreement and pushed global oil prices higher. The IMO says it is reviewing security conditions before resuming operations as negotiations between Washington and Tehran continue over the future of the strategic waterway. Still in the Middle East, Israel and Lebanon have denied reports that Israeli troops have begun withdrawing from the occupied areas in southern Lebanon. The denials came after a U.S. official claimed Israel had pulled back some forces as a goodwill gesture during the U.S.-mediated talks. Israeli and Lebanese officials said there have been no withdrawal, with Israel insisting any redeployment will only happen after Hezbollah is disarmed and southern Lebanon is demilitarized. Meanwhile, 3 people were killed in an Israeli airstrike in southern Lebanon, the second deadly airstrike in 2 days, despite an existing ceasefire. Meanwhile, in Europe, record-breaking heat gripped Western Europe on Thursday, with Britain and Switzerland posting their hottest June temperatures on record as a deadly heat wave continued. Authorities across the region warned residents to limit outdoor activities, while thousands of schools closed and hospitals treated growing numbers of heat-related patients. France reported at least 48 drowning deaths linked to the heat wave, while several heat-related fatalities were also recorded in Italy and Germany. Meteorologists say the extreme temperatures are being fueled by an omega weather pattern intensified by climate change. Still in Eastern Europe, Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko says he has warned Ukraine not to drag Belarus into the war with Russia amid rising tensions. Lukashenko said he told Ukrainian representatives that any attempt to involve Belarus would change the nature of the conflict, while insisting his country does not want to fight Ukraine. The remarks came after Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky threatened action against facilities in Belarus that he says are helping guide Russian drone attacks. The Kremlin has denied reports that Russia is pressuring Belarus to expand its role in the war. And that concludes today's edition of World News in 5. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, I am Sampang. Good day.
World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.